Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy you stopped by. Do well to subscribe, like, comment and share this video. Also remember to watch this video till the end. Don't just stop here. So today I'll be sharing with you tips on how to mold your fascinator base with a warden, or what is normally referred to as brace pad. It depends on how you call it, but what I'm using here is Warden. These are alternative millinery material that you can use in place of a cinnamon or a mat. So to get this done, you need your scissors, the Warden, a mold, gum, cream, oil-based cream. So I'll be applying the cream on the mold. Why do I do this? This is in order for it to be easy for one to remove the mold from the base after applying stiffener to dry. If you do not put that oil on that mold, when you want to get it out, it will be hard. The stiffener will stick to the mold and that will make it difficult. So first thing first, after measuring the mold, you also measure the Warden, same size, just 1 inch larger than what you got from your mold measurement. So you take your time to measure the length and the width, then you use the scissors, cut it off carefully, and thereafter we'll be doing the molding work, or what is referred to as blocking. Kindly watch this video till the end because there's more to learn hereafter. Don't just stop here. And also please like this video. Don't just watch and go away. Encourage me with a like, and a like will not cost you anything. Just click the like button, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe. I'll appreciate if you subscribe and share this video. Don't forget to share this video. Okay, so this is how the blocking or the molding is being done. You pick the 4 sides of the Warden carefully, one after the other, north, south, east and west. That's the best way I can describe that. You pin it down to the mold first before you begin to do the molding round. Okay, this is the second part. Now I had already fixed the first part, so I'll be fixing the second part carefully with your pin, your thumbtack. This is the 3rd angle, and if you notice, I'm not just using the naked Warden, although you can mold your naked Wardens and keep. Whenever you have need for a fascinator base, you now use whatever fabric that you deem fit and cover your naked Warden using gum or even stiffener and still dry it a little. But on this one now, I had placed my fabric on the Warden to mold both at the same time, so it's a bit very thick. You need to exert energy to get the pin through, but it's not that hard. You can still do it. You know, different ways for different people. You can just mold the Warden and place the fabric much later. Like what I'm doing now, I will still place a fabric that's a sample lace on this to make it more beautiful, but I just think it will be too heavy, so I had to do this one first. Maybe off camera I will place my sample lace on it. Make sure you drag the Warden and the fabric to straighten before you tack it, so that you have a straight edge. If you can see, this took a whole lot of time. I want you to see how it is done. I don't want to speed it up. So you have to take your time and exert energy while doing this so that you pin it properly. The pin will hold. It will not be coming out here and there. Please watch this video till the end so that you see how I'll be working on the spiral that I'm using as embellishment. Also, don't forget to like my videos. It's an encouragement that I'm doing something, you know. Please don't just watch without liking. Just give me a like. I'll really appreciate if you do. Fabric so this is the fabric, the sample lace I'll be using here after on to cover this. I just wanted you to have a look. So after molding, this is how it looks like. So I'll now put the sample lace on it. Alright, so this is what I'm using in place of stiffener. I'll use this to mix as my stiffener. You can improvise whatever you want to, just to cut costs. So I'm using top bone. I'll mix it with a little water and use it as my stiffener, and it's very good. Yeah, it's very good. You can try it if you've been looking for how to get your stiffener yourself. Top bone is the answer. You just use it with mix it with a little water, and here you go, you have a stiffener. After using your top bone, take time to close it properly so that it does not dry off, and look at how I'm applying it on the molded base. Take your time and carefully brush it into the fabric and the warden. You take your time while doing this. Apply it on the edges around. Make sure that it is absorbed. You can do this the first time and still do it the second time if you feel the fabric is not absorbing fast. This is so that you have a properly dried and stiffened base. Yes, without that your warden will be opening up. You can is doubled. So if the stiffener does not enter it very well, it will hold maybe the first layer and the second layer will open. That will stress you. You have issues working with the base. So you have to take this carefully. Alright, you dry it. Make sure it is properly dried before you remove it. So my own is properly dried, and this is it. I'm removing the pin right away. You remove the pins carefully. Just as you pushed it in, you have to push it out also. Alright, you open it up and remove your mold. You see the mold? Reason why I applied that oil, it's easy to remove. It doesn't stick. The oil does not allow it to stick. So having done that, with your scissors, you carefully cut off the excess fabric, the edges, the rough edges, and this is it. I'll be using my candle gum to close this up, but before then I'll fix in my millinery wire. The essence of the millinery wire is so that you have this perfect circle. You know, this side does not come in while this side goes out. The millinery wire will give it a perfect shape, and it stands. When you close it, it stands. It doesn't get distorted. But without a millinery wire, it can easily get distorted. So having fixed my millinery wire, I'm using my candle gum inside to close it up. You just apply your candle gum all round. Use your hand, press it down to ensure that it is properly closed. And with this, our fascinator base is ready. It's simple. So after now, I'll be using trimming to cover, give it a perfect finishing. But before then, let's work on the spiral that we are using to design this fascinator. So this is how the spiral is done with my crinoline folded into two. The normal size crinoline, not the small ones, the big size. I folded it into two, tied the edge, and I also place my millinery wire to the edge and begin to sew. So I'm sewing it all round. Should I say sewing or tagging? Alright, with your thread and needle and your millinery wire, you attach it to the crinoline, sewing both edges of the crinoline together with the millinery wire all down. This is 1 yard of crinoline and 1 yard of millinery wire. You can go for more depending on what you want. You can also go for less. It depends on how you want your spiral to be. So at the end of my sewing, I'll also tie up the edge, yes, carefully, and you have to make it very firm because I'll be twisting this thing. So if you don't sew it firmly while twisting, it will get distorted. That is why this requires a whole lot of work. Do well to like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Most especially, this will help me. Also, so I'm cutting out the excess. The crinoline was more than 1 yard and I needed 1 yard, so the millinery wire is 1 yard. So I had to cut off the excess crinoline. So I'm tying up the edge carefully with my thread and needle. You have to make this very firm because of the whole lot of twisting that we'll be doing, so that it doesn't loosen up. Get into my channel please and watch my videos and give me a comment in the comment section. A like will make a whole lot of sense. Don't leave this place without a like, please. Just give me a like. Alright, so this is my bias, what I'll be using to cover up that millinery wire that I just finished sewing. So this is also 1 yard bias. I'll pour my gum carefully from the beginning to the end. Why am I doing from the beginning to the end? Because by the time I get to the end, the one at the beginning must have dried. So I will place it on this crinoline and millinery wire combo. Carefully press it down. Ensure that the gum is holding it firmly. Buy a good gum, very important, so that it doesn't stress you. Yes, so you now cover it from the beginning to the end. You can decide to use same color, but I'm using white because I'm just trying to block my colors. All right, and one thing you must note as a milliner, somebody that makes hats and fascinators and all manners of headwear, you must understand color blocking. Very important. All right, so having said that, we continue. So after placing it from the beginning to the end, if you realize that there's a place or a space that the gum is not holding, you go all over it again and put your gum, allow it to dry for a while, press it down and keep pressing, ensure that it holds before you let it go. Alright, and at the edge you have to do a perfect finishing using your bias to cover where you tied up all those tiny edges that are trying to fly out. You trim it, you use bias to cover it neatly. Finishing is the watchword. Your finishing has to be very neat. So in whatsoever you're doing, ensure that you give your finishing a very neat close up such that nothing is showing. So as simple as it is, it's not hard. It's just to twist this to get your curves. So you twist it. If you want the curves to be big, you twist it, having that in mind. If you want them to be tiny, you twist it, having that in mind. One beautiful thing about millinery wire is it's very, very flexible. You can still straighten this thing now and start all over again. It is flexible, so you can twist it to whichever direction that you want it to be. All you need to do is to carefully arrange your wire and your bias to ensure that it is still in place. Nothing, the millinery wire is not showing, the thread is not showing. So you keep twisting until you arrive at the exact shape that you desire. You keep twisting it all round and round and round, and that is just it. This style is very simple to me. I don't know about you. Leave your comment in the comment section. It's one of the simplest design that you can make. It doesn't take much time. Aside from the blocking and then sewing this millinery wire to the crinoline, it doesn't take much time. Before you know it, you're done. Please do well to like my video and subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed, and leave a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate it if I can hear from you. So don't leave without giving me a like or a comment. Do well to do that now. Just give me a like. Yeah, just hit the subscription button. So I'm done with that. I'll now place it on my base. Yeah, and it is finished. Just place it using your thread and your needle, or you can use your candle gum. Just put a little on and place it. It will stick. Alright, I want to cover the inner part of this fascinator. Remember, finishing is a watchword. You have to finish your work well. Can decide to use white, purple, lilac, any of the colors that you've used up there. You can use it down here to get your perfect finishing. And I've covered that up. I'll use a trimming. You can make it go in, like the lining to go inside than this. It's up to you, whatever you want. So I'm using this trimming to line it up for just to have a perfect look in there. Your inside should be fine as well as your outside. So that's just what I'm doing. Okay, let me hear your comment in the comment section. How do you see this? Do you think it's necessary to close that inside, or we should just let it be the way it is? Leave a comment. So with this, we've come to the end of the video. All we need to do is to attach an Aliceband. So thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in my next video.